Hello and welcome to The Insecure Chef. I'm here with Regina, and today we're going to be doing a little Asian. We're going to be doing Cantonese soy sauce noodles. Okay, this is an excellent side dish, or it can definitely be a main dish, which I'll be using for myself for tonight. But you keep that in mind, you can be mixed and matched as necessary. So, as always, the ingredients are on the channel, so we're going to get started right now. I just took a quantity of water. Again, quantities are on the channel. Quantity of water, I've heated it up to make it kind of hot because I'm going to be dissolving some ingredients in there. So I'm going to take a little bit of sugar. I'm going to throw that in the water. Okay, there goes the sugar. All right, the next ingredient I'm going to stick in there is chicken stock powder. You may know it as Herbox or whatever. I'm going to be adding that in there, the packet. Or if you want to avoid this step, instead of using the water, use chicken stock right out of the can. That's your call. I chose to use this because I don't need the whole can of chicken stock and I would be wasting it, so I'm just going to do it this way. So that's going in there. And that's why the water needs to be hot, because this powder won't dissolve. All right. The next thing I'm going to be putting in there is a little oyster sauce. Okay. Let me get out my oyster sauce here. Don't skip this step. The oyster sauce has a great deal of flavor. That's what you're looking for here. It looks like very small quantities because, as I said, this is just being made for one. Okay, so the soy sauce is in. I'm going to add now some regular soy sauce, or some might call it light soy sauce, but just regular soy sauce is going in. Put that in right now. Okay. That's in there. And now I'm going to be adding the dark soy sauce. This is really for appearance and depth of flavor. Okay, a little dark soy sauce going in. Okay, and now we're just gonna stir that up. Make sure everything gets in there. Okay, you can see that. Already smells delicious. There we go. And we're just gonna set that aside for now. All right. Okay, our next step now is we're going to be setting a pot of boiling water, which I have going over here. We're going to take our noodles and we're going to throw those in. Now these are packaged, dried Chinese, Asian, if you will, egg noodles. If you're going to use the fresh, the timing would be a bit different, but most people don't find the fresh there, so I'm working with the packaged. All right, so I'm just letting this water come up to a boil, and that won't take long. We're only going to be cooking this for about 2 minutes. I think the package directions are 3 minutes if you're going to eat it directly. We're going to do it for about 2 because there'll be a second step with these noodles in a few moments when we complete the dish. So, now, baby, if you want to come over here to this side. All right. All right, as you see, the water's just about getting ready to boil. I'm going to take these noodles now. I'm going to crack them up. Get them to separate, like so. Oops, I'm a mess here. All right, and I'm just gonna set a quick timer here for 2 minutes. And while that's happening, I'm going to be stirring this around a little bit to get them to separate. Now, if it turns out that 2 minutes they're still kind of clumpy, you can certainly go a little longer. It's not terribly critical, but you don't want to cook them completely if you can avoid that. So I'm going to let that roll around a little bit there. You folks who are watching, if you want to leave me a comment, I'm always interested now. I mentioned to you in one of my recent videos, I'm starting to get commentary from different parts of the world, which is kind of fun to see. I think I mentioned I've gotten comments from as far away as Australia and New Zealand. I've gotten a couple from from Europe, a number are from England, and I think 1 or 2 from Asia. So I'll be interested to know where you're located, and if you're in the United States, by all means, you know, what state you're in. That'd be nice to know as well. That funny noise you're hearing is my dog who's deciding to sneeze.
No.
He's going to growl.
Go sit down.
He knows what we're doing when this happens.
Good boy.
All right. We've got about another minute to go here. The noodles are separating, as you can see. And once they're separated, I'm going to dump them in a colander and throw cold water over them, just to keep them from sticking together. There we go. Yeah, he's quite the character, my
Oh,
dog.
boy.
I mean,
A lot of personality.
He absolutely knows that we're doing something that he's not part of, and he doesn't like it, and he starts to get aggravated. It's pretty much what we've learned. If he doesn't know what it is,
Right.
he doesn't like it.
Right.
That's it. No questions asked. As I mentioned, he's a 10-year-old. Is he 10 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my timer. Okay. So yes, I'd say they're separated now. You can see they're pliable, but they're not totally cooked. And that's fine too. Turn this off. Take this, and I'm going to dump it in the colander in the sink here. Like that, and I'm going to run cold water over it, just to keep them from sticking too much. And then we'll want to drain these because the finished step for these are they're going to get dumped into hot oil. So we want to get these at least somewhat dry, the best we can. If you're doing this at home and not videoing, you could probably do this step, 15 or 20 minutes ahead of time. That way the noodles have had a good chance to drain. Okay, I'm gonna get that in there like that. Give them a mush around. All right, like so. And we'll do the best we can. But I'm sure when I go to my step and I add them into the pan, they're gonna splatter.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted you to see this step. But like I said, when you do it yourself, do it ahead of time. Okay. All right. Done there. All right, now we're going to be heating up the wok with a little oil. It's about a tablespoon of oil in there. Got about medium heat will do. And we're going to be putting in the bean sprouts and the garlic and all that other good stuff. So we're going to be adding in the minced garlic. Over here. Let me do the, I'm going to throw in the bean sprouts first for about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. Careful, these are a little damp as well, so. Let that do that for about 30 seconds or so, and then we're going to follow it up with the minced garlic. Minced garlic, I'm using about 3/4 of a teaspoon of minced. That's about, I guess, about a clove and a half. If you like more garlic, go right ahead, whatever you like. So I'm going to throw that in now. Give that a stir around. All right, now we're going to be adding our noodles, so stand back, because this is going to get exciting.
I will.
All right, here we go. Try to get it to a little bit at a time so maybe the water can evaporate before it gets too excited. How's that looking there, babe?
Good.
All right, we're going to follow that up now with the sauce we made earlier. Looks like you're dancing over there. Huh? All right, give that a little stir, make sure everything's still in there, and we'll follow that around there. All right. Give that a stir around. Oh, boy, you can watch
I can.
3 things, 4 things at one time. My wife's quite amazing. If I was doing what she was doing there, you'd have pictures of the walls. Now we're going to be following it up a little bit more dark soy sauce, just to give it a little color. Added about a tablespoon, thereabouts. If you want it darker, just add a little bit more. Don't go insane, but now we're going to be adding the white portion of the green onions. Again, the clarity of what I'm saying you'll see on the channel. All I've done here is separated these into the thicker, darker parts and the lighter or darker, greener parts at the top. It's really top and bottom is what I'm trying to say. It's not to get that nice aroma. I'm going to let that just heat up a bit. Chewing gum. My wife's chewing gum too. She can do that as well. With that, we're going to take a little white pepper. If you haven't got white pepper, you can use black. The white pepper has a nicer flavor. White pepper's in. We're now going to give it a little sesame oil. Be careful with sesame oil, it's very strong. I'm actually going to measure this one out myself. All I want to use is a 1/4 teaspoon here, not much at all. Some people will say, gee, you know, that's such a small quantity, do you taste it? Well, if you haven't tried sesame oil, you'll see it's a very, very potent flavor, very delicious in the right quantities. And now we're going to be adding in the green parts, that's the top part of the scallion, and on top of there. That's funny. I'm going to boost up the heat a bit. We're almost done. what you cooking time here, what you do would be basically cook it to the point where you like the consistency of the onion. If you like it crunchier, take it off earlier. If you like it a little well done, take it off a little bit later. Okay. And we will be finishing it off by shaking in a little sesame seeds. And I'll give that a stir. One to the sides. And for my taste, we're just about done. So again, just the slight variations that you can do. If you don't want to use the chicken powder, use the quantity of liquid as chicken broth. If you don't like bean sprouts, you can substitute it with another green vegetable, maybe bok choy, or something of that nature. But bean sprouts go very well. And if you don't have the different soy sauces, you can use regular. It won't quite have the depth of flavor, but it'll still be delicious. What else can I substitute here, if necessary? Oh, probably something else. Okay. I'm going to plate this now for myself. Probably more than enough. Let's see if we can get that to clean up a little bit. Get on there. All right. I'll take it there. And let's see what it tastes like. Again, as I keep complaining, this is hot to eat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks like steaming hot.
It is.
You might have
The
to.
pain you go through.
Smells good.
Flavor's delicious. Cantonese soy sauce noodles, made in New Jersey. So, from the Insecure Chef and his wonderful wife, Regina,
Have a good dinner.
and thank you for watching. Please ask your friends to subscribe. Drop me some notes and tell me what you think. Have a good night.